Hey guys, welcome back on another podcast of Cultural Exchange. My name is Abby and I'm here with my friend Lucy today. How are you doing, Lucy?
Good.
That's good. So today what we're going to be talking about is your life where you attend school. So just tell me your name, where you're from, your hobbies, what school you went to.
I'm Lucy. I'm from Minnesota, and I kind of grew up in the Midwest, but I love anything outdoors, paddleboarding, playing pickleball, biking, running, anything outside. And I also play the violin and piano, so.
That's so cool. You're like so well-rounded. You just can do anything. That's so awesome. So, what school did you go to in Minnesota?
I went to East Church High School, so it was 9th through 12th grade.
Okay, that's so cool. And what are the culture attitudes towards education in this culture at your school?
The high school I went to was in, I guess, the high school boundaries. It was more of a wealthier part of the city that I lived in, and so I guess there were a lot of kids there that were well off, but I don't know, people value being with their family and like working hard and but while being involved in the community through clubs or playing sports, whatever it is. So yeah, that was cool to see. And people are also super religious too, which is awesome.
That's so cool. So, was there like a lot of different religious backgrounds like in Minnesota, like people attending your school?
Yeah, there's a good variety between different religions, which is cool to see. So, yeah.
That's so awesome. The next question is, what were the most popular sports at your school that like kids were very like into or like a trend?
I would say basketball and football were like the most common ones, but we also had lots of others. Volleyball, tennis, baseball, softball. Yeah, so there was lots of opportunities if you wanted to participate in extracurricular activities to do so.
That's cool. And earlier you told me you played violin. Was there like school stuff like that you were involved with the violin with?
Yeah, I was in the orchestra, so in ninth grade, I was in just like the ninth grade orchestra, it's a string orchestra. And then 10th through 12th grade, I had to audition for symphony orchestra, which is like the top orchestra. And then, yeah, so I was in that, and that was just part of my class schedule, and it was my favorite class, so.
That's so cool. I played violin. I wish I played an instrument. My mom tried to get me into violin, and I tried the first day, and I was like, I can't sit still. My friends are right now playing outside, doing sports. I would rather be outside. But now I wish I did play the violin because it's such a good talent to have. What was like your best high school experience?
I have a couple. One thing that I regret is not being more like involved with like different clubs and sports, but my junior year I decided to try out for the tennis team, and like they don't cut anyone, so I was just on the C squad, which is the lowest team, but it was so much fun, and I did it with one of my best friends, and so it was just fun to be a part of a team and to play in matches. Another one of my favorite memories is we would do an orchestra every year. We would do like Disney like concerts, so we would play like music from Disney, and we would have characters dressed up from different movies, and like little kids would be dressed up. So it was a super like fun interactive concert to get kids interested in playing in an orchestra. So.
That's so cool. That's a cool experience. That's so fun. That you got to do that. That's so awesome. Now, okay, more of a sad question is, what was your worst high school experience?
I'm talking a lot about orchestra, but probably, so my end of my junior year was when COVID happened. And I had saved up money to go on a trip to New York City with some of the students in my orchestra class, and it was gonna be like this week-long trip. It was gonna be so fun, and then COVID came and canceled that trip, and so I never got to go on a school trip. But yeah, I think that's probably the saddest.
That would be so sad. I remember with COVID, like a lot of things got canceled. My basketball coach was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Hawaii," and then COVID happened.
Yeah.
It's so sad. It was like my only chance
All of
to
our
Hawaii.
concerts were canceled too. It was so sad, but
That's such a bummer. Next question is, what is the role of technology in secondary education in your experience? Did you guys use technology a lot in your school or not really?
yeah, we used Chromebooks. So that like was kind of a newer thing when I started high school. And so we used Chromebooks, and we had the smart boards, and then also like we would use I think it was Schoology for our assignments. So a lot of things transitioned from paper to online, but we still had like a mix of both.
Gotcha, that's nice that you had like a mix instead of just like technology
Yeah.
24/7. Were there multilingual students in your school, and how were they supported or not?
Yes, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna say yes. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the answer to the second question or second part of that question, but
So,
probably yes too.
Yeah.
I went to school and then I left school, so I wasn't like super aware of the things going on.
Yeah,
So.
I was the same way. I had no idea what was going on with like the education system a lot. The next question is, how does secondary education system and this culture support the mental health and well-being of students?
I think there are a lot of resources, counselors available, and just like, I don't know, even like teachers, like the teachers there were like amazing, and they made sure that like you could trust them and go to them and talk to them. And like I had that experience with one of my teachers, and so I think that just helped create a safe space. So yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I feel like a good high school experience is involved with like good teachers creating a safe space, because it can go both ways, where like teachers can make students like feel tense and uncomfortable, or it could be like the complete opposite, like a happy, fun, safe space. I love that. Next question is, how do educational policies and systems reflect this culture's values and priorities?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
So it is, what is culture at, oh, whoops. How do educational policies and systems reflect this culture's values and priorities?
I feel like the school did a good job at like putting policies in place to keep us safe, and if there were any threats that like it was taken care of immediately. And so I feel like the administrators and the teachers were well prepared, and also just the teachers were also good at just being supportive and like understanding and knowing like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we're a part of, and so understanding like if we did have to turn in an assignment late or whatever, that they were understanding of that. And so I think, I don't know if that fully answered the question, but
No, I love that. Yeah, you like answered it on point on. I think it's so good. I liked how you shared like teachers extending, because I feel like sometimes like teachers forget that students have lives or like challenges, and then they're like, well, you can't fix your grade, but at least just like willing to work with them and help them succeed their assignments. So I love that your school did that. That was so cool. Next question. How does the secondary education system and this culture address the needs of students with disabilities?
Yeah, they have an awesome like paras, I don't know, I can't remember the exact name, but that help students with like who have special needs, but then also like any other like disabilities. There was usually like a extra like aid in the classroom, and so that was cool. And also just like super accommodating to those that had those disabilities, whether that was like extending tests so they would have more time, or making sure that, you know, they were, if they needed like a paper copy of something, that they were getting that. Yeah, so I think again the teachers were very good at being aware of that, and the students were good at communicating that if there was a need.
I love that. That's so cool. Did you guys have like a peer tutor class too? With the like students like going in with each visual?
Possibly, I don't know, but yeah, I know that they made sure to like make that a priority to help those with disabilities and make their learning experience better. So
That's cool that they have all those different resources for like different disabilities. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me talk to you about your experience of high school in Minnesota. But anyways, we'll see you next week on another Happy's podcast.